Everybody, I hope you are having the best day so far. I am like almost an hour later on my video that I normally am, so I apologize, but I am here. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about journaling for body acceptance. So before we get started, you guys, please say hello if you guys are watching this live. And then if you're watching this on the replay, just hashtag replay and I'll make sure I come back on later and say hi to you then. So lots of exciting things happening this morning. So before we get started, one more thing. If you guys are watching this on Facebook, head on over to YouTube when this video is done and type in my first and last name or hit the link in the bottom of this video and hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for every time that I come live. There are close to 200 videos on my YouTube channel on all things kind of related to self-love at any size through many different holistic and mystic approaches. So you will find self-love topics on there. You will find tips on journaling, tips on meditation and yoga, and interviews with other like-minded women. And so there is so much to learn and enjoy on that medium. So head on over to YouTube when this video is done. And I just want to make sure that my video is coming up for you guys. There I am. There I am. All right. So let's get into it, you guys. So journaling for body acceptance. Oh, I see somebody there. Hey, I don't know who you are. Oh, Ray. Hello. How's it going today? So journaling for body acceptance. So as all of you, if you have ever watched my videos before, you will know that I am all about empowering women to find self-love at any size. And so one of those kind of practices that I help people with is journaling. Journaling has totally transformed the way that I kind of show up for life, and it has inspired me to create my own journal that I help people and guide them through kind of how to start journaling and just a guided process to help you to get started. So it doesn't seem so overwhelming, because journaling can feel like it's one more thing that we have to do. And then I see someone else on here. Hello from Nova Scotia, Canada. Hello, Facebook user. I wish I could see who you are. Anyway, so thank you guys for popping in and watching with me this morning. So let's get into it. So as we talk about journaling, each week, usually around Thursdays, I come on and chat to you guys and give you just a couple easy ways that you can start to journal for different kind of focuses. So today's focus is body acceptance. So the body positive mindset is something that many people, especially women, struggle with today. Society has a very strict message on what we should be, and other people can be very rough on us. And of course, we are very hard on ourselves too, right? And so some of us feel too skinny, some of us too fat, some of us too short, some of us too tall, breasts too small, breasts too big. The list goes on and on and on, right? And so we each have our own kind of limiting beliefs and our stories that we struggle with. So today I want to give you guys 4 kind of ways that you can start to journal out these kind of thoughts that we have in our heads that are, sometimes negative, not always positive. And we just want to help, I want to help inspire you to really start to do that inner healing so you're able to show up for life with confidence and just realize that, self-love is such an important part of working on that inner healing so we're able to show up in the best way possible. So we're going to be going through just 4 easy prompts. So if you guys want to write these down, or if you want to come back later, or just think about them as we are talking about it. So the first one is how many times a day do you think about your appearance? So just letting me know in the comments, or you can just journal out this yourself on just thinking about and journaling about how many times in a day do you think about your appearance. So is it every time you walk by a mirror, are you thinking of like, oh, my hair looks gross today, or oh, I hate this shirt on me, or oh, I feel uncomfortable, or oh, I'm too fat. Whatever it is, just noticing and really journaling about how many times a day you think about your appearance, and maybe linking that to whether that's a negative thought or a positive thought. Oftentimes, if you're like me, oftentimes it was a negative thought. So that's our first journaling prompt for you guys. And then our second one is, has body image ever stopped you from doing something you love or trying something new? So I know this is something that has happened to me in the past, is there were certain things that I would not try because I would link them to, oh, I'm too fat, I can't do that. Or, oh, when I lose weight, I'll do that. So that was holding me back from doing all these amazing things that I now give myself permission to do. So things like for example, to give you guys a brief example, I wouldn't go to a yoga class. I thought that because I was a plus size person, that the yoga community was not somewhere where I would be welcomed, and that I didn't have the right body to do those movements, and that, anything that I had seen about yoga or heard about yoga was not anything that I felt comfortable doing. But, so that held me back for a really long time. Like, I would not go to a class based upon my size, and that held me back from doing things that I now love, clearly, but it was something that I didn't want to try something new based upon my own body kind of acceptance. And so I did push myself out of comfort zones, and I became a yoga teacher, and I have now been teaching for 8 years. So, it's just that experience right there just really kind of like puts it in kind of perspective for me on realizing that when you step out of comfort zones and do things that you may think you can't do based upon your size, that may be the very moment that changes the course of your life in a positive way. I know for me, it has felt like that day that I went to that first yoga class really propelled me in the direction of this whole kind of spiritual practices that I have, really embraced, and just finding self-acceptance and finding respect for my body and just treating myself with respect, like, to put it plainly. And that's something that I wasn't doing before. So I feel like that was one of the first steps that happened. Someone says, where is this live originating from, Facebook or YouTube? This live is actually on both Facebook and YouTube at the same time, so you can watch at either place. So that is kind of something that really is a good journaling practice to think about, is if your body image has stopped you from doing something you love or trying something new, and just really writing down the things that you have been kind of holding yourself back from doing because of your acceptance for your body, and just really starting to kind of process those emotions. All right, I'm glad to help. So the next thing for our journal prompt to do for more body acceptance is to think about, if a friend started talking to you about their body in a negative way, what would you say? And so really start to first write down what you would say first. And then, then ask yourself, do you tell them that they are beautiful? Or do you join in with your own body image issues? I know that's something that I used to do. If someone would start tearing themselves down and saying, oh, I'm so fat, look at this on my belly, like my belly's so big, I would almost just I would sympathize with them, but I would also say, yeah, I know, right? Like, my belly, I feel the same way. I just feel so gross. And really that's just encouraging that behavior and that mindset and that, negative thinking that we have as women towards our bodies. So really start to think about when you partake in that conversation of really just tearing each other down, not saying that you're telling your friend that she is that way, but she's tearing herself down, you're tearing yourself down, and you're just sitting in the muck together, which is okay to do at some points. But it's really learning to transform the way that you approach those situations, on really thinking about challenging the status quo, on kind of learning to kind of rewrite your answer without talking about yourself in a negative way. Because guess what? When you are surrounded by people who are not doing that, then probably you're going to take initiative for yourself to also stop talking about yourself in that way. So when someone kind of starts to tear themselves down, you can reassure them that they are beautiful and they are imperfectly perfect as they are, and then start being like, you know what? You need to celebrate your arms. You need to celebrate your belly. And just rewriting that story and rewriting those answers on really not talking about yourself in a negative way. Because the more we do that, the more our minds really just lock in that whole idea on, unworthy, unvaluable, not, not worthy of love because, look at this belly. When you keep talking to yourself in that negative way, you're just reinforcing those thoughts. So it's really important to start to think about how you would respond when a friend starts talking to you about their body in a negative way, and then what you said in response to that. So then my last journal prompt for you guys when we're talking about body acceptance is a really fun one that I enjoy doing for myself, that I have done in the past. And it is writing a letter to your body. So it's apologizing for the abuse you've inflicted on it, thanking it for being with you all of these years, acknowledging your scars, your wrinkles, your cellulite, any other imperfections that you have and that you focus on, making a promise to your body to look after it and love it properly from now on. And then really starting to write down what you will start doing to properly take care of your body and how you will start to work through those negative emotions that have caused you to neglect or punish your body in the past. So it's a really powerful practice to write that letter and to start to apologize to yourself and, send yourself forgiveness for what you have done to your body in the past, whether it be, talking negatively to it, whether it be treating it poorly by either starving it or, there's just so many potential things that we as women do to our bodies in a not so positive way, right? So it starts to really thinking about those emotions and working through them. And that's really how we're able to start the healing process and really start to focus on that inner healing, which I think is so important in our journeys. And I don't think that people realize the importance and the level of really how powerful it is to start to love yourself. And I can attest to that from my own journey of going from self-hate to self-love and continuing on my self-love journey and knowing that I would not be showing up for this video if I didn't work on myself and go through those processes to really start to heal myself from the inside and take the focus on the outside. Take the focus off the outside, because I was focused on weight loss was the only answer to my happiness. That was the only way I would feel worthy. That was the only way that people could love me. And when I lost almost 100 pounds, I realized that that was not the case, that I still hated my body just as much as I did. And it devastated me, and I had no idea where to go. I felt so low. I felt like, there's no help, there's no hope for me. Like it felt so horrible to sit in that moment of working so damn hard only to realize that, well, crap, I still look in the mirror and I feel exactly the same as I did 100 pounds heavier. And so my mind betrayed me in that moment, and I didn't know what to do. And so that is when I started the inner healing journey, and I started to focus on my inner self-worth, my negative voice, starting to quiet that voice, starting to use all these different practices that really have just inspired me to be doing exactly what I'm doing today. So I hope that was helpful for you guys, talking about some body acceptance and some journal prompts to start to work through that. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful for you and if you plan to try any of those prompts in your practices. Would love to hear about it. And then before we head out of here, you guys, I have a couple announcements. Some are very exciting. So the first one is that I did talk to you guys about today about body acceptance and, really starting to feel that change in yourself and loving yourself from the inside out. And that is a really big reason why I have created my program, which is the Self-Love Revolution with Martina. And that takes you through my self-love at any size method that I've created to really help inspire you to find self-love at any size. Self-love at any size is not something that comes easy. We are always being pushed upon having to, the only way to be worthy and have happiness and have worth is to lose weight. And I'm telling you that there's a better way. There's a better way to start to improve your mindset, to focus on moving your body in a mindful way, to start eating in a way that's mindful and actually nourishing your body. It's helping you to build community around yourself, to really just lift you up and raise you up to be who you were meant to be. The program takes you through things, a whole self-care system and self-esteem kind of different practices to help with that self-love piece. And I help you through body image work, through a bunch of different body positive practices to really inspire you to start to love who you see in the mirror looking back at you. And then a really big part of my program too is introducing you to all the mystic and holistic approaches that have helped me transform the way I see myself. And so this whole method just really encompasses all the things and all the elements that have helped me to start to show up for life with purpose, to start to show up for life with confidence, and start to really truly accept and respect my body at whatever size I am. Whether I am smaller or bigger or in between, I need to accept and respect my body wherever it is. And that's really why I've created this, is I want you to have that same feeling and experience that same shift in your mindset and your confidence, and just really find that purpose that has been underlying and kind of like drowning between all these layers of negative self-talk and all these things that are just dragging us down with society and diet culture and all these things. And so this program is 40% off right now. So it is a huge discount that is not going to be lasting forever. So really think about getting this for yourself and investing in your self-love, and knowing that I will be your coach for life through this program. You will be receiving so much awesomeness. I'm so excited to be offering it to you guys. So there's my little blurb for that. So I see Shayla on there. Hey, Shayla. She says, thanks for sharing these. I will try them. That's awesome. I'm so glad it was helpful. And then one more thing before I head out that is super exciting, that my friend and I are launching December 1st, but we are kind of announcing and celebrating that we have everything almost ready for you guys. And it is the Self-Love Sparkle podcast. So my friend Jenna Herrig and I are starting a podcast, and it is called the Self-Love Sparkle podcast. And it is all about helping you to learn to shine your light. And so we will be doing bi-weekly podcasts, just talking about different self-love tips, self-care tips, journaling, and just really starting to find that sparkle and find that self-love piece that we have always been missing. And so we are super excited to share that with you guys, and just let you know that it will be launching on December 1st. And so keep your eye out for that. And yeah, it's so exciting. I'm just so excited. We spent some time today recording, and we had so much fun and lots of laughs and lots of giggles. And yeah, it's going to be a super fun and empowering podcast that we hope that helps you along in your journey as well. So be sure to check that out here and keep an eye out for it. We'll be talking about it more in the upcoming weeks, but yeah, super exciting. So anyway, you guys, thanks for everybody who popped in this morning. I am grateful for each of you, and how you are showing up and checking out what I have to offer. And so that's all I had for you guys. So I hope you have the best day, and we will see you guys tomorrow for our video then. Take care.